talked about before, and you've got some really good insight into what almost a negative attitude from a customer can be.
Right.
What kind of processes or kind of telltale signs do you guys see that lead you to think that the information or the attitude or the customer interactions from their side are going south, and it's really putting a damper on your team as a whole? I know this happens everywhere, but have you seen this happen before in your organization? And
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
did you guys do about it to help keep the morale up inside the office?
Yeah, there are a lot of red flags that can say that a relationship's going south, and the morale of the employees, or just the general viewing of how the perception of how a client is within the organization by the employees can be a real telltale sign. And unfortunately, sometimes at my level, I don't get to interact with the guys and the girls on the service desk on a day-to-day basis like I would really like to. So I don't get to hear some of the grumblings of client ABC or this point of contact at client DEF, whatever it might be. Or I don't get to hear the finance people saying, gosh, I just really wish these people could pay their bills on time. And so you have to make a concerted effort. You have to get down to those people and just ask just a basic question like, hey, if there were 5 clients that you could get rid of today, which 5 might they be? And just see if there's a particular name or two that bubbles to the top. And if there is, then start digging in and asking some more questions. Well, what is it about client ABC that, you put them at the top of the list? Well, and the service people may come back and say, well, the guy's just a jerk. Every time he calls, he's just very condescending, and he doesn't want to take our advice. Or the engineers, the client success managers may come back and say, yeah, we've got this server out there that we've been recommending to them now for 18 months to replace, and they won't do it. And I don't know, I can't get them to take this recommendation, and it's causing us problems on the profitability side. Or you might even get the finance person that comes in and says, yeah, they're always, 45 days late on their bills, and it's such a pain in the rear end to have to try to track them down every month to get them to pay money. All these things add up. And, we went through an exercise a few years back where our company had grown, and a few of our clients hadn't. And I had to sit down with them and have a tough conversation about, here's where you are, here's where we are, here's where your profitability is, and here's where I need to get you from a revenue standpoint, or else we can't do business anymore. And it wasn't fun, but at the end of that conversation, if I remember, there was 5 companies I spoke to. Of the 5, 3 opted to leave and 2 opted to take the price increase and stay. And shortly after that, I had service people coming to me and saying, thank you for getting rid of client A or client B. And it was really eye-opening, because up until that point, I hadn't been soliciting feedback from the service desk, the people that are on the front lines day and day, to ask them who's a pain in the rear end, who do you not want to do business with anymore, and to take that and listen to it and actually try to dig in and find out what happened.